I don't think Wilder wants a rematch.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He wouldn't want to. He
That's
wouldn't
the
want
thing.
to.
Wilder don't want that.
You don't think?
He don't want that. He don't want that work. He don't want that work. He don't want.
Well, why? Why?
Because he got outclassed.
Because he got outboxed, and he knows that that performance that he gave him was the best that he got. And
Really?
if
You realize the best?
If that was the best he can give, and he got a draw, and my man still come back from 3 years out, he don't want it because he's only going to get better. Fury's only going to get better.
No, I agree. He's going to get better.
So he.
Yes, guys, we are back with another Neek Sports podcast, episode 6. Guys, it's been 6 weeks, and we still ain't got a name. I mean, are we just sticking with the Neek Sports podcast? Or Ramon, you were away in the sun of the Caribbean. You didn't come up with no ideas, a bit of inspiration, or you just partying?
Nah, I ain't got nothing. Just wait. I thought you guys would have got it by then. I thought it'll take 2 weeks.
We sent you away in your sabbatical and an international break to get the juices flowing, the creative juices flowing.
I ain't got nothing.
Well, anyway, guys, listen. We asked in the first one. We're asking again. If you got any ideas about what we should be calling this podcast, any snazzy names, just drop us a comment. Whatever social media you're watching, listening to, just drop us a comment and let us know. But there's only one place to start. LA. Wilder versus Fury. What a fight. Heavyweight championship fight. WBC belt on the line, linear championship on the line, and it was a draw. I mean, it was a bit of an anticlimax, surely. I was like, obviously, we did our predictions last week, Kaya, with Frankie from Pep Talk. I was like, Fury win, knockout in the 8th or 9th round. You said what?
Fury would outbox him, go the whole 12 rounds, and get a win by points.
And Frankie, as it was, he predicted a draw. So maybe there's a bit of match fixing going on there. We need to set that out. But Ramon, I don't know what your prediction was. I know it definitely wasn't a draw. So don't even start with that. But it was a bit anticlimactic. Like someone was supposed to win and be the champion to take on AJ after.
Listen. Bomb Squad! That's what happened there. Deontay Wilder saved his title by knocking Fury down in the 12th round. That's what you should be saying. Because
Javer's scared about the mic. What are you saying? Gotta get a new one.
Listen, when the bomb squad hits, everyone's shook. Deontay Wilder retains his title. He leaves LA as a WBC champion. And he got outboxed. He got outboxed for 12 rounds. But he said he was going to hit the one big shot and land it. And he did. And he whiffed with his title. I mean, job done, I guess.
He did it twice.
He did it twice, yeah.
He got lucky. Let's be honest. He got lucky.
He did. And for me, it was kind of like, because obviously I said he will get outboxed in the 12 rounds. It will go the distance and Fury will get the win on points. And after the 12 rounds, I'm like, well, surely he's done it. Maybe it is what Frankie B said is a little politics going on in the boxing, and maybe matches will sell a bit more if they got the draw. But for me, as the champion, a draw isn't good enough. You don't defend your title with a draw. You got to defend it winning. You got to win or you got to lose. You can't defend it drawing. That's not good enough.
I mean,
he's taking it and running. He shouldn't have never got the draw.
Because really, it's, Tyson Fury, as much as he's been out the ring for 3 years since his last fight, and obviously gone through his last all his issues outside the ring for the last 2 years, he's still a quality fighter. He's got pedigree behind him. When we're talking about the other people in the division, he's still up there. Even if you might not say he's as good as Wilder or good as Fury, whatever you might say, he's still up there when you compare to everyone else. So it's no mean feat, like coming out with a draw. I think, I said, Wilder would take that. Wilder would take that all day. I think,
That's true.
as I said, Wilder's, for me, he's not a very good boxer. Like, he hasn't got no technique. I don't know what his, I say game plan. I guess he's got a game plan, but it's really just a plan A, and that's like, I'm going to try and catch you one of my... And he was swinging from early, just swinging, trying to... And Fury's ducking and diving. But, as I said, it went to 12 rounds, and I think at that point, everyone must have thought, well, obviously, once if it goes to 12 rounds, Fury's going to win on points. And the fact that he did go there, and the fight that we saw, there's no way that Wilder should have come out with a draw. Remember, bomb squad or no bomb squad.
Nah, I mean, listen, I
Lost
think
for words.
because you know what, I'm not gonna jump on the bandwagon and everyone say Fury got robbed. He was robbed. This is a disgraceful decision, one of the worst decisions ever. No, I've seen so many worse decisions in boxing to say that was the worst. I scored it with Fury winning by 2 points. Maybe you could give him maybe 3 points or 4 points, depending on, but not more than that. He got knocked down twice in the fight. It wasn't as clear as people as assumed that it was. So the man who scored it 1-1-3, 1-1-3. I can't say
You can't say he was wrong. Yeah.
Right. Because even if you look at the scorecards, some scored Wilder winning 1 round, some scored Fury winning 1 round, and it didn't always correspond throughout the rounds, unless like a couple of the 10-8s were all right and a couple of others. But do you know what I mean? So it was very so, and especially the sort of first 4. Which happens a lot in boxing. They're both tetchy, so you could give it either way depending on how you saw the punch landing at the time. So it wasn't the robbery, in my opinion, that everyone is. Do you
think it's just a British thing because he was obviously fighting for Britain?
Yeah, definitely.
And he lost. And it's like robbery.
Yeah.
Because if it was the other way around,
yeah,
would they be shouting robbery? I don't.
And it also was because of the card that had Wilder winning by 4 or 5 points. That was partly why. But people will say that and still say he was robbed. But if he scored it by Wilder winning by 2 points, it still would have been the same thing, split decision. Yeah. But it was the fact that the card was so bad that if we're thinking, hold on, something's not right. Yeah. Because that's the only part I don't understand. That card. Everything else, I hear Fury winning. I hear the draw, but it's. I still put Fury winning.
So we're saying definitely Wilder didn't win.
Yeah,
Wilder didn't win the fight.
100%. There's no way. He can take it. No way.
I think obviously it was the guy's name. What's his name? Alejandro Rockin. Yeah, he gave 115 to 111. Literally, I was lying down watching this fight. Lying down in my bed watching the fight, and obviously I think Fury's gonna win. And then the man goes, the judge goes 115 to 111. Wilder. And I sat up
like the Undertaker.
I was like, "Rah, wait, has Wilder actually done this?" Like, I was when I heard 115, especially, I was thinking, well, that's obviously going to Fury.
Yeah.
I could not, but I thought, wait, maybe he's actually done this.
No, but you know what it was? Before he said that, he said there's a split decision. Do you remember?
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
So at first you're already thinking, okay,
no, but when
it's going to be closer than
when I split decision, I just thought, okay, that means 2's got into Fury. Yeah. Literally, at no point until man said Wilder after he said 111, he said Wilder. That's the only time when I said, my goodness, I think Wilder might actually have done it. And obviously we saw the Fury 1-1, 114, well, they actually said 110.
Yeah.
And it was actually calculated 112.
Yeah.
So you said, he got 2 points difference, 114 and 112. The British judge, he was the one who did it as a draw.
Yeah.
So the whole robbery thing, like,
it was his fault.
I'm like, unless you're saying that he's biased to America or Deontay Wilder, there must be some kind of credibility in the fact that he's giving it 130 nulls. I don't know. Are you seeing a robbery, Kyle?
I mean, I don't know, man. They should let the public vote on who wins the match.
You can't do that, man. It's just about that would just go down to who's awake at the time.
You're asking me questions I can't answer. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a robbery, no, because obviously, it like you said, he went down twice in the fight, and big man didn't go down at all.
He didn't even look like going down. Wilder.
No, he didn't.
He didn't. And Fury had all the talk about how he was going to knock Wilder out. I don't know.
Oh, did he?
That was never going to happen. That was never going to happen. That was never.
Yeah, of course. But his fans believed it because how many people put bet? How many people put bet down that Tyson Fury will win within the distance? Bare people were saying 10, 11. Yeah. So you convinced some people.
Generally, more often than not, when you go down, you get scored 10-8, right?
Yeah.
So, and if you've gone down in 2 rounds, that's 4 points behind.
Yeah.
And you've got 10 more rounds to make up 4 points difference. And it's only going to go 10-9, 10-9. So I wouldn't say he got robbed. It's hard to say that he got robbed, but I did expect him to be victorious.
Yeah.
And I don't think Wilder wants a rematch.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He wouldn't want to. He wouldn't want to.
Wilder don't want that.
You don't think?
He don't want that. He don't want that work. He don't want that work. He don't want.
Well, why?
Because he got outclassed.
Outboxed, and he knows that performance that he gave was the best that he got. And
really, you realize the best?
If that was the best he can give, and he got a draw, and my man still come back from 3 years out, he don't want it. Because he's only going to get better. Fury's only going to get better.
No, I agree. He's going to get better.
So he doesn't.
But you don't think Wilder can box? Because personally, I think because the latter stages of the round is obviously when we expected Fury to kind of come more into it because Wilder was going to blow himself out, and we saw they were both obviously visibly tired, especially Wilder in the latter rounds. But Wilder, I think I would say probably after. When did the first knockdown happen? Round 9, which is when I was predicting. I was like, yes, Nikki, you got it right. Knockdown, and he obviously got back up. But I think it's really about round 8 where Wilder knew, well, I'm behind on the cards, and I need to knock him out because even if I was to win the next 4 rounds or whatever, the next 6 rounds, or next 5 rounds, I'm still gonna lose because he's so far ahead of me. And I think we saw a bit more of the natural Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
He was tentative at first. He was jabbing, and he can't jab, but he was trying to jab. He was trying to, and then his overhand right would just come from like far, and Fury would just see it. But I think if he goes into a rematch and box how he usually does and goes at it from the start, I don't see why he can't knock out Fury, because Fury's chin ain't gonna get better because he's in the next 6 months.
But he's only gonna shed more weight. He's gonna become lighter. He's gonna be faster. It's gonna be harder to hit him. He's still gonna outbox him. Yeah, he might go in swinging harder from the start and blowing himself out earlier, but
knock him out early.
Yeah, but if Fury evades all of that, then where does he go?
Yeah, then he's done, isn't it?
The thing is, what you just said would have been his plan going into the match anyway.
No, but it wasn't. But
it wasn't. He had to have been, because that's the only way he would have won.
No, but he didn't go. I'm saying early in the rematch, he needs to go in from early. I don't think he wasn't very aggressive.
I think Fury was the reason why we didn't see it. Fury's movement. I don't think Wilder expected him to be that good at this stage in his career, which is why he took the fight. He fought, and I did say to you, when Fury had that last match, he does look good. You said, his opponent's dead. But I said, but the movement he had looked good. I mean, the guy wasn't throwing punches, but he was moving around the ring fast. The
guy was there sparring with.
No, but you could see that Fury.
No, I saw he was better than the previous fight.
Yeah,
but for me, this was clearly his best.
Yeah. It's definitely, and obviously Wilder, I don't think he expected him to be this good for 12 rounds. You know what I mean? And I think he always thought that it was coming. However, in that 9th round when he did go down, I remember I said to you, the win is there. Like, I said, the win is there. It's within reach. You've got 4 rounds now to clean up. Do you know what I mean? You've got him down. You know that the next one could, or maybe should, be a good night. Do you know what I mean? Wilder's, you don't get many chances with Wilder's punch if it lands on you. But the only thing was, Fury came back and he had the same thing. The same movement he had in the first round was what he was carrying on in the 10th, 11th, and then 12th. And he dropped his guard and he got hit with the punch that should have taken him out. And you have to understand why I also don't think it's a robbery, is because Fury almost lost the match. He just about made the count.
Yeah, and this was because I don't know if you saw, there was an Instagram video going around and someone timed it.
And
it was like 9.9 seconds. But before that, I counted it myself. Like as he dropped.
Yeah.
I counted,
but you have to give time for the referee to get over there.
No, because the referee doesn't count. So as soon as he drops, someone else starts counting, and the referee, by the time he got there, it was like 4 or 5. So someone already started counting already. And that's why I had counted, like 9, 10. So I was like, cool. But the thing is, which some Wilder fans, I'm not a Wilder fan. I want him to win this fight in particular, but is that Fury got too long. Like, he got the 10 seconds, pretty much. It was 10 seconds by the time he got up. Cool, he beat the count. But then him and the ref was having a bit of a chin wag. Hey, you all right? Yeah, I'm good. You sure? Everything's good. All right, walk over there, come back. 8 seconds before the fight actually restarted. So he's basically got 18 seconds to recover. To actually. So I'm like,
had to make sure it was coherent.
Yeah, what is it? But if you're having to wait that long to check if it's coherent, maybe he's not coherent. Like, if you have to wait that long, a lot of referees would have called it off there.
If the referee's not sure, what's he supposed to do?
Done. Wait, how long are you going to wait? How long are you going to wait?
You're only supposed to be, when you get knocked down in boxing, you're only supposed to be briefly a bit.
So put your hands up. If the referee's not
and he
sure.
did.
No, but he told him to walk to the corner and come back.
He put his gloves up, and the referee put his gloves down and said, "No, walk over."
Yeah,
there.
and that's what I make it.
Not sure.
No, but that's not his fault. That's the.
No, I'm not saying it's Fury's fault, but I'm saying the ref gave him more time than I think he should have got, and many fighters in the past have got. If you're having to give him 7 to 8 seconds, when you actually count it, 7 to 8 seconds, 17 seconds pretty much from he dropped to when the fight restarted. That's a long time. Like, if he was like, put your hands up, all right, cool. Those little 5 seconds, Wilder might have been in again. So,
and there's also people saying as well, when the ref went over to him, his eyes were gone anyway. So the ref could have called it at 4.
Right there.
He could have said he's gone. He's not fit to carry on. So there was, you know,
But the ref knows that he's a gypsy. He gets up like the Undertaker. Nah, give him a chance.
Yeah.
He's got this.
So okay, well, if you're saying that Wilder don't want the rematch, and obviously he's like, no, he doesn't have to take the rematch. He didn't lose the belt. Obviously Fury didn't have a clause in it. Personally, I would like to see a rematch because I think it was a good fight. I always said if it is a good fight, I want to see a rematch. I thought for me Fury would do his thing like Ortiz did. First, 7-8 rounds, be ahead, but I thought Wilder would win it in the end. But if we don't see that rematch within, let's say, the next 6 months, who's next for either of them?
Boy, well, I mean, AJ already said that he would face Wilder whether he loses to Fury or beats Fury anyway. So I think AJ would still want to fight Wilder.
Yeah.
I think especially the fact that Wilder still has the belt
Yeah.
as well. So if anything, it makes him probably want to fight Wilder even more now, so that he's just come off of a fight he didn't win. He probably would want to have Wilder now. All the guys that say AJ doesn't want it, AJ doesn't want it. Well, it's his chance to prove that he does want it now and try to start. And I'm sure if AJ wants it, Eddie Hearn's going to start the negotiations from now.
Well, Eddie Hearn before the Fury Wilder fight, he said that if Wilder wins, then he's gonna offer him a 2-fight deal.
Yeah.
To fight AJ. He didn't win. So, I mean, Eddie Hearn's a bit tricky. So he might say, well, you didn't win.
Yeah.
We'll offer you a bit less money, and then it all goes around in circles again. But obviously, AJ's next fight is booked Wembley for April the 13th, is it? Yeah, April 13th.
Yeah.
And, as I said, at the end of by the 11th or 12th round, I was like, all right, so they're going to have a rematch. Because I was thinking Fury's won. They're going to have a rematch maybe in Manchester, which means AJ needs to find a new opponent. But can we see realistically in 3 months or 4 months, Wilder ready to fight AJ again?
Yeah, I think so.
In Wembley.
I think so, because I think Wilder's mindset is that he's got a point to prove as well.
Well, he has a point. He has to prove that point against Fury because he couldn't even beat him.
Yeah,
he's beaten everyone else in his career. 40 fights, 39 knockouts, and he failed to do it to Fury. Surely he has to prove that.
But I don't think he wants it. This is the thing. I don't think he wants it. You don't think he wants it against. Listen, if Wilder beats AJ, most people will believe he's proved himself because he's beaten AJ. I mean, Fury's good. Fury's a great boxer, but AJ's the one before Fury everyone was talking about that he had to beat. So he may feel like his opportunity may be better against someone who's a bit more like him.
He can? If he doesn't want the Fury, why would he want?
Because but Fury's style, it doesn't suit him.
Fight.
Yeah, Fury's style does not suit. And people said this before. The style does not suit AJ Wilder whatsoever. But AJ's a bit more like him.
Yeah,
and a one-punch knockout kind of guy. So
yeah, I think AJ's technically a better boxer in terms of his stance and his. I won't say his movement because he's kind of static, flat-footed. He doesn't move like Fury, but he definitely goes into fights with a tactic. Evidently he's shown different tactics throughout. The way he fought Parker was completely different to the way he fought Povetkin. Obviously much different to the way he fought Dillian White. So I think he's shown that he can, and then obviously Klitschko getting off the canvas and knocking him out. But I think, does AJ have the chin that if he was to get caught like Fury did, is he gonna get up? Because he's been put down by Klitschko. He was rocked by obviously Dillian White much early, but he was rocked by Povetkin as well. I think he broke his nose, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So if he gets hit by Wilder, he might not get up, and he can't move like Fury. So he might get hit more often than Fury was getting hit.
That's what Wilder's probably thinking. That's why I said Wilder would prefer AJ, because of that aspect of if he can get AJ, maybe that's it. But then AJ will look at the Ortiz fight with Wilder and say that he got rocked by Ortiz and with a better puncher than Ortiz, then he could have taken out Wilder. So it's tough. I don't know. I actually don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
Before this fight, I had an idea, but now I have no idea. And April 13th, who's going to be there? And if Chisora beats Dillian White, then
everything's up in the air, isn't it? Yeah, because it was like if White fought Chisora 22nd of December, if White wins that, then it's White has to face AJ, especially if he doesn't fight Fury. If AJ doesn't fight Fury or Wilder. But yeah, now like I say, if that don't happen, then wait, is it Chisora against AJ? Does Wilder now have to fight his mandatory, which is obviously Brazil at the moment, but it could become White. So it's a lot going on. But what about Fury? Where next with Fury?
This is the thing. Well, I think they've asked the WBC for a rematch to order a rematch, isn't it? So that they have, because of the whole judging process. So that may get ordered. Fury did seem quite relaxed about it though. He kind of seemed like he'd done what he needed to do. He proved his point. So I don't even know how much, because for me and everyone in the British public would say that his point has been proven against Wilder. He's technically, how we've seen it, he's beaten Wilder. So maybe he doesn't, and he said titles, he doesn't care about the titles. He said all about him proving the point.
Well, he called out AJ in the ring.
Yeah.
So it's like, even at that point, it was like, maybe he was like, well, I've done what I need to do here. Okay, you didn't give me the win, but I know that I've won. Now I want AJ.
Yeah.
So maybe he's looking for AJ himself, regardless of whether he has to get a rematch against Wilder or not.
I can't see Fury AJ next. I don't know why, but I just can't see it happening.
Not anytime soon. No. Not anytime soon. Wilder is older than Fury, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so he needs that fight against AJ. It's like, I don't say soon, he's still got years left in him, but
and also he's had a lot of fights, 40 fights now,
exactly.
so he's got clocked a lot on the record. So he ain't got long left at all.
Well, yeah, it was a very good fight. I'll give them that because when it was first announced, I said this is farcical. I said Fury's not ready for this. But yeah,
how wrong was you?
I was wrong. I mean, he didn't win, but I was wrong. Maybe if he gave him another couple fights, he would have won it. Maybe. Exactly. So maybe it was okay. It wasn't farcical, but maybe it was too soon. Maybe I don't know because, as you said, when you're facing a champion. Sorry about that, guys. When you're facing a champion, Javon, was that you telling me that my time's up? Better not be. No, I'm joking. When you're facing a champion, you have to kind of clinically defeat them to get that belt. People always say, like, if there's any kind of doubt, they're always going to side with the person who holds the belt. Now, the fact that you get knocked down twice, that already starts bringing doubt into judges' minds and that kind of stuff. So, maybe if he had given himself another fight or a few more months, or maybe lost an extra stone, I don't know. He would have won.
Lost an extra stone, he's not getting back up.
No way.
When his chin got rocked, he's not getting back up.
I don't know how he did that.
18 stone of weight that
saved him. And Wilder started dancing and celebrating when he went down. So I thought, boy, it's over, it's done.
I was dancing as well. I was like, yeah, it's done.
And he looked over.
I thought it was over at the 7 count. Once he reached 7, I was like, that is it, it's finished. My man got to 8.5 and he just said, this is it.
I just didn't think he could physically get up. Like, physically, I didn't think he had it.
Because he didn't move. He was down. He just didn't move.
Yeah.
Nah, it's mad. It's mad.
Yeah.
Well, I said in it, I'm happy because it shows there is still life in the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
As we got another big fight coming up soon, while White against Chisora, so that should add a bit more life. And then early next year, AJ, whoever he tries to fight. So I think the heavyweight division is still here, still leading the way in terms of boxing, even if it ain't what it used to be, as Kyle told us last week.